Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel Natalie TV. This week is all about motivation, and I was thinking, what can I talk about so that it be motivating? And always I find the answers within me, and I wanted to share with you what I am feeling these days, and what I think most of us are feeling. It has been a long winter, and from what I can see on Instagram and all over the social media, I feel that people are fed up with winter. It's been a long winter everywhere, regardless of where you live. Here I am in Canada, and it's full of snow. Snow is still there, but I know it's evaporating. It's slowly evaporating. The nature is miraculous, first of all, but sooner or later we won't have realized, but all the snow will be gone. It is slowly evaporating. Nature is working, and I trust nature. But wherever you live, I think we've all experienced a longer winter, a maybe darker winter, and we all know that light, natural light, is very important for our well-being, for vitamin D. It is very important. Even me today, for filming, I had to fake natural lighting, so I'm filming with all of my lighting today because it's quite dark outside. I was hoping for some sun, but no sun. So like I shared yesterday on Instagram, I'll have to find my own sun, and maybe your sun can help me to bring this video to light. So I wanted to share 5 of my tips, my 5 easy tips that were just there when I search inside of myself. What am I doing to feel better, to feel more energized, and maybe not to fall into I don't want to use the word depression, but sometimes we can even feel depressed when it's so dark, when winter has been so long. I feel that we even have difficulty to find motivation, to find, to see the light, even when the light is not there, to create our own light and to find our own light within ourselves, because light really is within ourselves. It can be dark outside, but the light is within us. I think of some places in the world that it is dark most of the year. As some of you may know, my brother lives in Nunavut, but Nunavut is quite big. But there are some communities that are higher than them. My niece India and my sister-in-law and my brother. There are some communities up there that for them it is dark. It must be very hard. So that's why we need to find light within ourselves to keep motivated, to keep healthy, to keep in a healthy state of mind, and to have love within ourselves, to have love to give. The more love we have within ourselves, the more love we have to give, and then life is much easier, because life is not easy. Even whatever we see on social media, we see a happy moment in someone's life. Well, maybe yesterday was not that happy, and maybe tomorrow will not be that happy. So we can't be influenced. For sure, we just can't be influenced by social media, because what we see on camera, of course I try to be as authentic as possible, but it's very rare that I come on camera when it's a really bad day for me, and that I share really bad things that has happened to me or that I'm going through. I myself try to keep it positive when I come here on camera. I for sure want to to bring some reality that life is not always super happy for anyone. Everybody's going through the same things. The same things, of course, depending on where we live, and of course depending on social environment, depending on our immediate environment, but we are all going through the same thing. So today I just wanted to come, bring some authenticity to you and be honest with you about that life is not always what we see on social media. Social media is just a moment in time. You know, when we take a picture, sometimes we look at ourselves and we don't even recognize ourselves. We say, oh my God, but it's just a moment. If it's a good picture, it's a good moment. If it's not a good picture, it's just a matter of a moment. We can all do nice pictures, by the way. It's just a question of a moment and learning how to take pictures. But that's a whole other story. But I feel life is just like a picture. Sometimes it's a good moment, the exact fraction of a second that is a good picture. It's a good moment, and it can also be a less happy moment. So what can we all do at this time of the year to feel better, to keep our a healthy balance, and to keep strong, and to find light within ourselves, to be in more love for ourselves, and be in more love for others that are around us. So when there's more love, everything is easier, because love is all that matters. I have 5 things to share with you today. I hope you can find inspiration in my video, just maybe by me coming here and saying it is okay, it is okay. Maybe some of you will know Louise Hay. I miss her so much. That lady has made a big difference in my life. When she passed away, it was like someone close to me has passed away. She has honestly she planted a seed inside of me that was maybe already there, but she gave water. Anyway, she gave a lot of water to my seed for positivity, for positive thinking. I find that in the hardest moment, I do have that strength inside of me to think positive and to formulate some positive quotes for myself, some positive thinking for myself. I'm not always in tune. This is what I'm analyzing these days. I have the seed of positivity inside of me. I have it, but sometimes I'm not in tune. You know, when radio is not in tune, you have to find, well, it's not like that anymore, but you know, the old radio, when it was not in tune, we need to find that exact spot to be in tune. And we might have the seed of positivity, of happiness, of love inside of us, but we also need to be in tune. So this is what I want to bring today, maybe how to be in tune, how to find your in tune. I hope I'm making myself clear, because I think we all have this inside of us, because we can all have good days. We can all start a day being happy, having a good day and feeling stronger than maybe other days. But if we are not in tune, then it means the energy will not be able to pass through. The energy of the universe is there. We have our own energy inside of us. So we might have a good energy inside of us, and the universe might have good energy. But if we are not in tune, then the energy within us and the energy within the universe cannot communicate. And I think that big things, amazing things happen anyways in my life, if I can remember some things that has happened to me in the past, I feel I was really in tune. I believe very, very strongly that we all have that light within us. And I also believe very, very strongly that there is a lot of positive energy in the universe, in the world. But are we in tune? Are we in tune? So I'm going to share 5 things that I find help me to be in tune, So I hope this will help. You might have more, you might have different things for you, and I wish that you can share them with us in the comments below. How do you find you're in tune? How do you find you're in tune so that your light can be in tune with the light of the universe? That's profound today, huh? Very profound today. It's what's inside of me today, and that's what I wanted to share with you. So I'm going to share 5 of my easy things that help me to be in tune. I go to bed early. I go to bed early. Yeah, I go to bed early. When I don't go to bed early, I find that the next day I am not as in tune. Not only the next day, but even when I feel and when I realize that I'm going to bed later than I should have, then already I find that I'm not in tune. I'm not happy with myself. I feel maybe I've lost my time, maybe on the internet watching some things that are not beneficial for me. I find that sometimes at night when we go on the internet, if we're on our phone or whatnot, or computer, or tablet or whatever, time can go by very fast, first of all, and it's like we're not living our own life. We're sort of living someone else's life for a few minutes with this person, with a few minutes with this person, whether it be reading or watching videos or whatever. So we're in a way sort of ignoring our life. We're sort of in a way we don't want to see our reality, to realize what's happening in our own life. We're in lack of possibilities and we don't see things clearly, so we just try to kill some time, but time can go by very fast. So I find by going to bed early, it is so good for the mind. Of course, we can't fall asleep if we are on social media, if we are on the internet. It is stimulating for the mind. I know my husband loves to go to bed with some meditation in his ears, but I had recommended to him to put away the tablet, at least to put away the tablet, put it upside down so the light is not directly in his eyes, and that of course it might be good to listen to some meditation to fall asleep. And he does fall asleep pretty fast with meditation in his ears, but I don't think it's a good idea to be stimulated until the last minute, even if it's watching movies, even if it's just going on to Facebook or Instagram or YouTube even. I think meditation would be the only thing we should, if we absolutely need to be listening to something, we should be listening to meditation. But like my husband does, just don't have the light in directly with your eyes, and finding something that will calm you if you absolutely need to. I know myself, I do not like to bring anything into my bed that is stimulating. I have done it a few times, but realized that this was not it was not beneficial for me. It was not beneficial for me at all. It was too much stimulation for me, even if it was calming things. I was not looking at things that I don't usually like, but they were things that were meant for the day or for early evening. Otherwise, it stimulated too much the mind, and I was not having good sleep or whatever. So it's not something that I do personally, and I find that it is a good thing. And I'm not the first one to say it. So if you can't fall asleep, I think it's good to find ways that might help you. Just want to share with you that I went to the spa this week, and I fell asleep so fast that night. It was like a miracle. So I think heat is very good for us. So maybe if we're not going to the spa every day, then taking a long hot bath with maybe some essential oils that can be very calming, and doing some sort of a treatment at night. Some people will say, well, that takes a long time. Well, if it's beneficial for us, I think I think it is not wasted time. It is taking care of our body, and it's good for the mind, and it's good for the soul, it's good for the body. Taking a beautiful hot bath, putting some oil after, some sort of a massage. I always like to massage my skin with my oil. I just don't apply the oil just like this. I do massage my skin when I'm out of the bath at night, and putting some sort of beautiful smell. Can be essential oil. It's even better than just commercial cream or commercial oils. Adding pure essential oils, maybe that is calming, maybe some lavender, or when you go to these stores buying the essential oil, you can ask, what is it, what's good for calming? They're all good for calming. There's just a few that will stimulate your metabolism, but in a way it's not bad. It won't keep you awake necessarily. So no essential oils are bad if you mix them with oils on your body. So I might be taking a long time on this subject, but I think that taking care of our body is directly in the same energy of taking care of our mind and soul, and then we can fall asleep better. Maybe my second tip would be to have a beautiful PJ, soft PJ, something very nice to go to bed. Sometimes we invest lots of money for clothes during the day to look good, to feel good, I hope, but mainly sometimes it's to go to work and to be appropriate and to look good. But what about at night? To feel very good, something very soft that when you move into your sheets, you feel very, very comfy and very, very comfortable. It is important. That time of the day is so important. This is when all of our cells, they recuperate, they work beneficially for us. They heal the body, they heal the mind, they heal the soul. So a good night's sleep is very, very important. Even by applying our beauty creams and beauty treatment, it is recommended to put them at night. All of your best products should be used at night, because when everything is at rest, this is where, and when the body heals itself, and this is when the cream will be activated and beneficial. So a very nice PJ, maybe in a color for spring, or we want spring to come, we want the sun to come, so maybe a beautiful PJ. I got myself one in a color peach recently. I so much love it. I wash and wear almost. This is almost how I wear it, because I love it so much. It's so comfortable, and making sure again to have nice sheets. It's not something to to take for granted a beautiful bed, a beautiful pillow, everything to be very, very comfortable for us, and do not bring any stimulation into the bedroom. It's not good for anything. Stimulation in the bedroom is not good for anything. It's not good for you. It's not good if you're in a relationship. Because I had read, a while ago, I had read that some people with animal, they were less intimate with their spouse than people without animals, because as a human being we have a certain quantity of love and affection that we can give. The more we give, the more we have. This I believe. But this story was saying that it was sort of a study that people with animal had less intimate moment with their spouse than the ones without animal. But I believe it's not the animals that are the problem. I believe it's the tablet, it's the phone, it's the television. But less and less I think we watch television in our bed. We are stimulated with the little phone that we put just beside the night table. I don't bring my phone into my bedroom. I'm not saying that if I do it, that's the way to do it, but I'm sharing here what I think works, and I think it's proven not to be good for us. And it's not good for intimacy either, because not only do we have an animal, it's an animal. That tablet and that telephone is sort of an animal in the bed, and it's not a comfy and cozy and fluffy animal. It's those electronics that come and make a barrier with our spouse. So if you are in a relationship, I think if you want to better your intimacy with your spouse, remove the all the electronic. So that was tip number one, was to go to sleep early and create a good sleeping habit. It might take a lot, the comfiness, the pillow, the sheets, the PJ, the bath before, the essential oils. Yes, it might be a lot, but I think while we are on social media or other electronics, playing some games or whatever, some people likes to do different things, it takes an amount of time also. So by just shifting it, I think we'll feel much more in contact with ourselves, with our own light, and we can feel much more with more tools to be happier. To be happier even if there's no sun. So the PJ was a thing, all of the sheets and all, so that was number two. And then some things, if you've been following my channel, you know I am a big cleaning. Not only cleaning, cleaning doesn't do me any good. Of course I love a clean home, but to me, purging. I'm purging. Right now I am purging again so much in my home, and I was thinking where I was a few years back, I had done a big purging in my home into the papers and souvenirs. It was so heavy on my shoulders, and it's been, I think, at least 4 or 5 years that I am very intense into the purging, and I'm doing more purging. Can you imagine? I've been purging for 5 years, but to a certain level of comfortness. I was not comfortable in the beginning in purging like this, and it's a process. It is really a process. But I feel if you have never purged, I'm not saying that you're not cleaning your home or whatever, but purging is another thing. Purging is eliminating things that are not useful for us in our lives, that we don't absolutely love, value, and appreciate. And the value thing, can be like a knife that has two sides, that can cut on both sides. We might think something have value because it belonged to someone, a grandmother, a grandfather, or aunt, or someone that has passed away. We might think that this has value, but something that really has value is something that brings you happiness, true happiness. And sometimes, if I may, those souvenirs, they do not do this effect. They relate us to that person, or they relate us to that event. To me, at the beginning, it was a lot of things I kept that belonged to when my children were younger. I felt a great attachment to things, to material things that reminded me of special moments that I had to being a young mother and a daughter, or my son were that age and that age and that age. But it was not true happiness. It was something that was an attachment to the past, and the past is past. So I've been working on letting go of the material things that have an attachment to the past, and it's not easy. It really is not easy. But I think by purging, whether you're new at purging or you're in the process like me of learning to purge, I think by purging we are much, much more happier. If I was not purging in my life, I would be sad. I'm telling you, I would be, in French we say accablé. It's like having a big pack sack at the home, being full of souvenirs and of things that are not useful. I still have some in my home. I still have lots in my home, and I'm doing the purging right now. I'm putting everything into boxes. There's a lot of purging that is in relation with my daughter because she has a YouTube channel. She rotates the material things in order to be able to talk about it on her channel. So there is lots of things in our home, and it goes very fast. It accumulates very fast. And even myself, I find myself, I've been going through a process of finding my personal style and of learning how to determine my colors that are good for me, that I feel good in. So I've made a few mistakes along the way. I was learning, and I'm still learning. So there are things that were bad decision that I bought that were a bad decision. So I need to be purging, even myself. I need to be purging. And this is so beneficial. I find that when we have a clear space, start with one room. Imagine here in my office, there's not too much. There is really not too much things I'm not using, truly loving and valuing. Everything here I really need. It's my office. But I did some purging last week, and I found a small box. I went through my books. I went through my my office things. So I'm doing it room by room, and I'm trying to keep only what I truly love, value, and appreciate. That means I'm using this on a daily basis, and it's bringing me pleasure in using. It's useful. Some of the things I use, they are very useful. But the other things that I have that are not that useful, they need to respond to these criteria. I need to love, value, and appreciate. It brings me some joy in using it. So I'm trying to do this in all areas of my home, and I find it's a big thing in my life. When I started to purge, before I purged, I felt like my home was heavy. We can start a new beginning. Life has changed a lot. I don't know if you can relate to this, but I'm sure you can. in the last 5 years, there is so much that has changed with all of the technology. Some things that we were using, we're not using anymore at all, because everything is changing. Everything has changed. Not everything, but lots of things have changed. So we have to go forward with the changes that are there, because otherwise we are a part of society, we are a part of everything that's going on. And by sometimes, I'm not saying that we need to go into everything that is new, and we don't need to do this. There are many things that I like to keep simple and not going forward with everything that is there. But I mean, in most part, if we are not changing with the universe that is changing, then we might feel depressed. I think happy people, they go forward. They don't stay stuck in the past, and they don't have a thinking of what was and what was, because what was belongs to the past. So I think we need to be active in doing things to go forward, and starting by our home, purging our home, so that everything is more clear. When I know for myself, when I am in a clear room, when I can move easily, when my body can move easily, I feel my mind, I feel some movement everywhere. My mind, my soul can move, can move easier. And I think that's something that brings me a lot of happiness. And in turn, it doesn't bring me the feeling of having lots and lots of things that belong to the past and to be analyzing. It's a lot of work. If you have watched some of my videos, I'm sure I did some here on my English channel. I have done some on my French channel, some sharing about all the purging that I've done. It was a hard thing to do, but it was essential. It was essential to bring me to move forward in my life, to move forward in my self-growth. I feel I have grown so much in the last 5 years, and I think mainly because I have let go of lots and lots of things. I'm talking a lot today, huh? I thought it was going to be an easy and fast video, but I hope you're still there, and I thank you for that. Something very easy, I think, is by putting a lipstick that belongs to the spring, a color for spring, a spring lipstick. Maybe go through your stash and find the brightest lipstick that belongs to your color palette. If you're spring like me, then you'll want to maybe have something in a peachy tone, maybe in a ballet pink color, something with some warm tones in it. If you're summer, then you'll want to choose something in a beautiful pink, a true pink color, but something light. And then if you're a winter, then you'll probably want to find something that has some fuchsia in it, something bright. If you're a fall, then you'll want to choose something a bit darker than someone like me with a spring season. So fall is all the colors of the fall, but find the you know, the most brightest one of all for the spring season. Even if your season is a fall, you can wear fall colors, but the brightest one of all, maybe not a deep brown, but for spring maybe you'll choose something bright, like a beautiful soft orange or something like that. So finding a beautiful lipstick as a woman, I think, is wow. Is wow. To feel good by putting a beautiful color that suits our skin tone, I think it's an important point that I thought as important of sharing it with you today. And lastly, maybe take this opportunity when you're not purging, when you're not cleaning your home, getting ready for spring and summer, maybe start to think of some activities that you can do so when the summer comes, the spring comes, when the sun is going to be out, what would you like to do? Thinking and planning on things that you would like to do. Maybe plant a garden, plan that garden, start to visualize it in our head. I know myself, I'm visualizing all the work I want to do outside. I'm starting to visualizing it. It's almost like spring is already there. It's just a matter of time so that the snow is all gone, then my project can come to life. But I'm planting it in my head. I'm living it in my head. I'm not just waiting for the spring to come and then starting to plan it. Start planning it in our head. Or maybe it's not something you want to do outside. Maybe it's that maybe you want to create some relationship. Maybe it's like when we go fishing, maybe put your rod in the water and send a message to someone that you want to create a relationship with. Maybe go for a coffee with someone. Send your rope, not your rope, but your, you know, when you go fishing, send it in the water and try to make contact with someone to maybe create a relationship, a friendship relationship, or to find a spouse. Do it. Just do it. Just do it. I think this is very good for the soul, creating relationship, creating intimacy, whether it be friendship or with a future spouse, a future friend even. I think spring is a good time for this because people, and I'm coming back again to the computers and the technology, it has, in a way, it has brought us a bit far from creating contact relationship, being one-on-one with someone. It has brought us a little bit further. So maybe it's with a family member or with a friend, or I think just do it. Just do it and see, because if we feel like this, I think the other person would also respond positively to your request, because lots and lots of people are now just on their electronics. We see the young people, but not only the young people have their head into their phones or have their head into their tablets. Also, people of my generation and older are stuck in a rut like this. So I think it's okay. I appreciate technology. If it was not because of technology, I could not be here. I do enjoy technology and I like to go forward with technology, but I think we have to find a balance. We have to find a balance so that we can find happiness and light. And by finding light inside of us, then we can share the light around us. So I think I'll stop here. I thank you so much for listening to me today. I hope maybe something I said would be inspirational for you. I can't wait to read what are you doing? What are you doing to find your personal light when there is none outside? What do you do? Please share your tips, because this here is a community. It's a precious community, and some of you have shared with me amazing things that are happening because of my channel, because you've met through my channel some friends in your area, and that makes me so so happy. so happy. I feel a part of me is now part of that relationship, and I am very happy for this. So please share generously. Please share generously, even if it's not to make friends, it's just maybe helping someone else by reading your comment, by receiving your light. We never know. We never know who we will be touching with our personal story, even if it's not super exciting. If we feel it's not super exciting, I feel all sharing can touch someone else, because someone else can be going through something similar, and we never know. We just never know. So I will leave you with this. I thank you so much wherever you are in the world. I thank you, and I send you all my love and all my light, and we will see each other in the next video. Again, thanks so much for spending this time with me today in this present moment. Take good care of yourself.